Yo, 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 what's good, everyone? Hope everyone is having a fine evening here tonight on this Tuesday evening. It is going to be PGR once again on Tuesdays, as I'm going to be your commentator for Champion and Elite Division once again. My name is Phoebe Thomas, and we're going to be talking about the pre race info real quick, and then we will be going straight into the lobby. I might need to go into this real quick. 1 second, guys. I needed to go into spectator mode on the game. So, guys, we are going to go straight into last week's race as we had Baku, if I'm not mistaken. So let's have a quick look here. Sniper Hunter got P1 there. We had Rostocker Fan Curve in P2 and Lionator in P3. So that is a pretty amazing podium, if you ask me. But of course, Baku is never an easy circuit to race on. So we didn't have we did have many finishers, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think we had about 15 or something like that. And on a track like Abu Dhabi, it's really great. Now, today we are going to be racing around Belgium, my home track, Spa-Francorchamps, as we've got a total population of 11,600,000 people. The first Grand Prix was in 1950, and here in PGR, Mac and Cheese and Basin have won the most Grand Prix around Belgium. The quali record is a 141.4 set by the Formula One Racing League on Thursday, and also the race record is a 144.0 set by the Formula One Racing League on Thursday. I do expect these guys to be able to beat that, as this league is a little bit faster. Now, let's have a quick look here. It's going to be a short qualifying and a 50% race, with the race distance being 154 and the track distance being 7 kilometers. Now, into turn one, you've got a heavy braking zone, a little bit of a hairpin. Going into turn one, hard on the throttle coming out of that corner, and then you've got turn two, turn three, turn four, which is basically going to be Eau Rouge et Radion. It's a little bit of an uphill corner. As you can see right now, it's not a great idea to go side by side through this corner, as it is a high speed corner. And you know, you've got many people crashing through there already, like Norris in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, or was it last year? Can't quite remember. And then coming into turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, it's going to be a hard thing to do to make an overtake through there, but we do see many overtakes happen through there without any big damages, if you ask me. Sometimes you've got a few guys who get a little bit of contact, but it is not that severe. Now into turn 7, 8, and 9 right here. And 9 is a high speed left turn. It's a little bit of a 90 degrees corner. Then into turn 10 and 11. Quite a difficult one to make an overtake too. But it could happen, you know, with a good exit coming through turn 11. As you can see there, the Ferrari goes into the wall. So an easy corner to spin out, of course, if you touch the wall on the inside. Touch the curb on the inside. My apologies. Turn 11, 12, 13 are we going through? Not that difficult. You can overshoot in turn 12, though, where you're not going to be able to make turn 13 very well. And coming into turn 14, 15, 16, all pretty high speed corners where overtaking opportunities are going to be minimal. Into bus stop right now, turn 18 and 19. And that is going to be one lap around Spa-Francorchamps. So it's going to be a great track tonight. I'm going to have a quick look with the predictions. It's prediction strategy, of course. Safety car probability is quite high. So is the tire degradation rate. And the tire overheating probability is not that high. Medium, medium, soft, medium, hard, hard, medium, or hard, soft. Now let's go back to that question from Mr. Manic, who asked me a question in the chat. There's a lot of big drivers in the race tonight, including Mr. Stiggy, Mr. Simpendal, Lionator. We've got Orion Lemons, we've got Che Oliver, we've got Intronsic. All of these guys are battling for their top position in the drivers' championship. Till today, the drivers' champion is still not known. Simpendal is in P1 with 7 points ahead of Scotty, who was P1 last week, but he didn't get a good result. In my opinion, the qualifying top 3 is going to be Lionator in P1, Che Oliver in P2, and Orion Lemons in P3. But my race prediction is going to be a little bit different. I think Che Oliver is not going to get a good result because he hasn't been racing these last couple of weeks. So I do expect Che Oliver to drop out of the top 5 and Intronsic to get in there. So I do think I do think that Lineator is going to get the race win. Simpendal in P2 and Intronsic in P3. Scotty is also going to do pretty good. I think either P4 or P5. Biggest winner of the evening is going to be Intronsic with an unfortunate qualifying, I think. And then we've got our biggest loser. Might be Che Oliver or might be someone else. Can't quite tell yet. But I guess we will see. I guess we will see. Thank you guys for the follow, the Eagle. And I saw Jay Tyler has followed my channel too. So really appreciate it, guys, as we're going to go straight into the race right now, as it does seem like my... Wait, hold up. It doesn't catch the remote play for some reason. Hold up, guys. It's always taken a while before my PlayStation picks up the right... Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. I hope you guys are able to see the standings on the left side of your screen. I hope the microphone quality is alright, and I hope everything is alright, because that's the most important thing here on the stream. I always try to bring quality to the guys, bring quality to everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy my streams. I'm just gonna have a quick listen to the stream if the quality is alright, and then we will be right back. All right. So the predictions is pretty all right. Mole, welcome, buddy. I know your buddy is Lineator, so I do think my buddy Lineator, well, he's actually a pretty good buddy. I do have to say that. Over the last couple of days, I've talked to him quite often, and yeah, he's become my friend. Well, friend like, how do you say that? When someone is not your friend yet, but like he's getting there. No idea. In Belgium, we call it a kennis. It's like, you know the guy, and you talk to him quite a lot, but he's... Acquaintance, that's it. Yeah, that was what I was searching for. So, yeah, I could call Lineator my acquaintance, you know. My apologies if I pronounced that wrong. But let's talk a little bit more about the standings, guys, because it is so fucking close in the championship. I do have to say that. We have a very close championship battle for constructors. We have a very close championship battle for the drivers. Let's talk a little bit more about the constructors first. The constructors are looking pretty close. You know, you've got Red Bull all the way in P5 battling with Alfa Romeo, Haas, and McLaren, as they're all within 7 points of each other. So there's 7 points between P5 and P8. So four teams, well, 8 drivers are actually battling for that top 5 position. Then you've got AlphaTauri and Aston Martin both on 395 points. They're P2 and P3 right now. Ferrari has a little bit of a lead, so we could say that Ferrari possibly is going to be Constructors' Championship, but there's still 2 more races to go, so still 184 points to score, if I'm not mistaken. So AlphaTauri could get there, but it's going to be a hard challenge. They both have to perform really, really well, with Lineator in the lobby tonight. And who's the other one? The other one isn't even here, so there's not going to be 180 points to be scored, 84, whatever it is. 184 points to be scored today. So it's going to be difficult. Then you've got Aston Martin in P3. I do think they're going to be doing pretty well tonight. You know, you've got Amelika just joined the league, and the Swedish driver, he is in P9 right now. Not set a qualifying lap yet, and I do know that he wasn't really great last week, but I do think he's going to be able to get a pretty good result here. And then, of course, we've got our buddy Stiggy in P5, currently in the qualifying, but I do think that Stiggy is going to get a top 5 at least tonight in the race, so that's going to be a good amount of points for that team. You've got Mr. Intronsic currently in P8 with his new teammate, it seems like, David, and he's hopefully going to score a couple of points for the Alpine team during their battle with Aston Martin. So that's going to be a very close battle too. And then, of course, at the bottom, you've got Mercedes and Williams. Mercedes have got Maverick as their driver. I would say Maverick is not the big point scorer. He isn't really used to the champion tier pace yet, and then with his teammate being Shea Oliver, who hasn't been there every now and then. So yeah, that's the main reason why Mercedes isn't doing that well. But there's also another team which is doing even worse. That's going to be Jay Tyler and his teammate. I'm just going to have a quick look who that is actually. Who's the other Williams driver? Let me have a quick look, guys. So I think that is going to be Mo Eriket. Yes, it is indeed going to be Mo Erket. He's only scored 56 points, and Jay Tyler has scored 58 points. So both drivers haven't been doing pretty well here. Yeah, Mav. I mean, you know, just practice a little bit and you'll get there, buddy. You'll get there. Don't worry about it. But let's talk a little bit more about the Drivers' Championship right now, because Simpendal is leading with 6 points. I said 7 earlier. It is actually with 6 points. Scotty in P2 and Stiggy right on their tail. So if Stiggy is going to get a race win tonight, he might be able to get the race lead, well, the championship lead. So it's still a three-way battle here, as Brashman is in P4, but unfortunately Brashman is not in the race tonight, so he's not going to be defending a possible P1 and, well, a possible P4, as Entronsk is in the lobby and he's only 32 points behind, so he only needs to score in the top 3 or the top 4 if I'm not mistaken, and he will be able to get in the top 4 in the Drivers' Championship. We've got Milan Todd, who isn't here unfortunately. We've got Just Dave, who does seem to be here. He's all the way in P7. Lionator might be able to gain a couple of positions here today if he can get a race win. He will be able to pass Just Dave, Milan Todd, and Transic, and he's gonna extend his lead on Orion Lemons and Fawas if he gets the race win and all the other guys don't get a good result, of course. Now, Simpendal and Scotty, this battle has been pretty crazy for the whole season already. Simpendal came into the season, well, late into the season last season, and he immediately put a good how do you say that, impression on the guys, right? I remember his first race was Hungary, where he won actually that race, and he had a pretty amazing impression on the guys. All the guys said, Simpendal, you're pretty well. Going into this season, I know that Simpendal had the intention to win this Drivers' Championship, and he is doing so. Scotty, who's currently either 3rd or 4th, he is actually 2nd in the total amount of points scored in the whole PGR, right? So he's 1st in DTS, he's 2nd in Champions, and he is somewhere in the top 3 on Sundays. I think that's either Legacy or Contender. I would say Legacy. I'm just gonna have a quick look here in the Legacy Championship. He is not in Legacy. He's not in Legacy? That is crazy. Is he in Contender then? Oh yeah, he's P1 in Contender, so he's got 364 points there. So I would say Scotty is the most consistent driver of the league, but as of now, I would say Simpendal is the fastest driver on a Tuesday, right? He doesn't race Sundays, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't race on Wednesdays, so this guy really has the pace tonight. But it seems like Orion is currently in P1 in the qualifying, so with a 141.3, he's only 800ths away from Simpendal in P2 and Lionator in P3. So I feel like my qualifying prediction hasn't been that bad. I think I said Lionator was going to be P1, Simpendal in P2, and Orion in P3, if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite remember. Or Che Oliver in the top 3. Something like that, but it's always going to be a battle between the top 5, the top 6, the top 7. As you've got Scotty in P7, Jay Tyler in P6, Stiggy in P5, Jay in P4, Lionator and Simpendal and Orions in the top 3. So these guys are always going to be battling for that pole position here, and it's also going to be here in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. Now I'm gonna go through every corner name real quick, as I wanna tell the corners, and like going into, for example, bus stop. I know bus stop, it's the chicane in Belgium. I also know Eau Rouge et Radio. But all the other corners, I say turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. But I wanna use it different, right? Corner names. So I'm just gonna have a quick look here with the corner names. I should have done that before the race, but I didn't really have enough time. We might want to focus with someone else real quick. Let's go to a Rostocker, as he's currently on a fast lap right now, going through Pouhon. This upcoming corner, turn 10 is Pouhon. You've got turn 12, which is Fagnes. Turn 14 is Stavalo. Actually, shouldn't every corner have a... Oh, yeah. Okay, so turn 14 is Campus. 15 is Stavelo, and then you've got 16 Corbe Paul Frère. Where actually Corbe Paul Frère is that little house on the left side of the track, which has been there since 1915 already, through Blanchimont and the chicane, which is going to be bust up here in turn 19 and P20. And then, of course, you've got turn 1 La Source, where we've got Rostocker not coming into because he is coming into the pits. Let's go on board with Mr. Maverick. He has invalidated already. We might want to drive on board with David. I'm not too sure if he's on the fast lap, as we've got Orion Lemons in 141.3 already, as he retakes a P1 here in the qualifying. So that's a good result. Shea Oliver has been put in P2. And Liner to drop back to P5, so he's only got one more chance to put a good result here, as I think Shea Oliver had a little bit of an incident, not too sure. Now, through Les Combes goes Scotty MT. And then you've got turn 10, which is going to be Le Bruxelles. Oh, no, this is wrong, guys. This is wrong. Wait, this is wrong. This is a wrong map. This is not right. All right, so turn 8 is Rivage. You've got turn 10, which is Pouhon. Turn 13 is Fagnes, and then you've got Curve Pole Frère, which is going to be turn 15. Blanchimont is turn 17. Chicane Bus Stop is turn 19 and 20. Turn 18 and 19, and then of course you've got La Source, Eau Rouge, et Radion. Camel Straight is down down the long straight after. What is that called again? Eau Rouge et Radion. As we look at Scotty being invalidated here, it does seem like we're going to be having a lot of track invalidations here in the qualifying, and then of course track warnings during the actual race. We might be seeing a lot of penalties. It all depends on the setups, the condition of the weather, and of course how the drivers are feeling. We might want to drive on board with these guys. Actually, we don't, because everyone is coming into the pits again. The only driver who's on track right now is Simpendal, as he's now going through the Camel Straight, through Lecombe, through turn 5, 6, and 7. As he's hopefully going to gain some time there. He doesn't have any ERS, so his fast lap has already been done. And he might be saving some ERS here. Let's have a quick look. He's running about 70% of ERS, as he's not going fast. Just coming into sector 2, he was about 4 seconds slower, so he can go one more time on the set of softs before the qualifying is over. There's no time left to come into the pits and put on some new rubber. Now, Simpendal really has to be in the top 3 here during the qualifying in order to keep that P1 in the Drivers' Championships, because Scotty is usually a driver who's able to be more consistent during the race than he is during a qualifying. But yeah, all these Tuesday guys, they're all aliens. Nobody on this grid is Brad, you know. They would all slap the DTS drivers. Well, of course, you've got Scotty, who is being beaten by Simpendal in this tier, so I do have to give him that. But apart from that, I think Scotty and Brashman are the only fast drivers here in this tier who are coming from DTS, if I'm not mistaken. Brashman and Scotty. Maybe Sticky too. Is Sticky a driver? I'm not too sure. Simpendal is taking the risk to come into the pits again. So he thinks he still has enough time. He goes through the pit lane really rapid, so I feel like he kind of got a warning from that. Amelika is definitely not going to be able to improve. He was 3/10 up, but unfortunately he invalidated. Now Rostocker is right behind the Aston Martin, as the Aston Martin is opening his wing, and he's going to the side. Gave him a little bit of a tow. That might have been Amelika. No, it isn't actually. It is Sticky who gave a little bit of a tow to the Ferrari driver. Fastest first sector for Rostocker right now. We've got the German/Dutch driver who was P2 last week in Azerbaijan, now coming through Rivage and turn 9, and then we've got, of course, Pouhon here in P10, turn 10 into turn 11. And as I said, you need to be careful with the curb down the inside, because you can easily lose the car right there. Now into turn 12, turn 12 it is indeed, where you can easily overshoot your car, as he's gonna let through some guys, goes onto the grass. as he needs to watch out for Mr. Scotty, his teammate. And then, of course, Stiggy, who's right up front. Who do we want to go on board with? Maybe Mr. Lightnator, as I do think he's going to be able to get the pole here. As this is the turn I was talking about, turn 12. Really, really difficult corner to nail. Simpendal has retired already. He didn't feel like he was going to be able to get across the line on time. Might have not had enough softs left in the garage. So I'm quickly going to blow my nose, and then we will be focusing on Mr. Lightnator here. Let's go on this type of camera, and then we will be right back, guys. All right, through bus stop goes the German driver as he takes a white line through turn 19, of course. Now down the main straight he goes, as that is going to be the start of a good lap, hopefully. Into turn 1 goes the German driver, as he wants to take a lot of curb on the exit. Has a little bit of a snap there, but possibly gain a little bit of time there, as he's now going through Eau Rouge et Radion uphill, taking a lot of curb down the inside to gain more speed. Through the Camel Straight, of course. Now down the Camel Straight, the DRS is going wide open, and the ERS is getting blown down this straight, as he's now entering turn 5, 6, and 7. Les Combes is what it's also called. Touching a lot of curb on the inside there. Oh, that was minimal work. Minimal, that is actually not how it's called, but it's like precision for the German driver here. Now into turn 9 he goes. Really, really fast there. Almost invalidates, but he doesn't quite yet. Into turn 10 right now, Pouhon. Then you've got turn 11 where you can easily slip out. A lot of grip on the exit. Doesn't take. Into turn 12, doesn't overshoot the turn. That is some great sector 1 and sector 2 from the German driver. Will he be able to improve? He is improving. He is improving by 3/10, and that is possibly going to put him on pole. Orion Lemons with a 141.0. If the German driver, the German beast, can get another good lap here on the board, another good sector, he might be able to put himself on pole here and start in P1 here in Belgium. Taking a lot of curb on the entry, taking a lot of curb on the exit entry. And down the line he goes, a 141.4, and that is going to be a P4 for the German beast. As I did expect a little bit more from Lightnator. He was my favorite for pole here tonight. But it seems like Orion Lemons is going to be running away with that title with a 141.0. We've got Simpendal being 3/10 behind in P2. And then you've got Shea Oliver with the Barbados flag. That was one of the questions I had in King of Leagues, with almost 3/10 behind. Lightnator in P4, Jay Tyler in P5, and further we've got Sticky and Transic, Rostocker, Scotty, Mali Maverick, Just Dave, David Skonsky, Melika, The Prince, and Mini G Bolt. I do have to say, Maverick getting a P11? Props to you, buddy. You almost got into the top 10. I do expect some great things from you. Now, the annoying thing I've got, right? Always when I'm commentating, I've got this little, I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's stuck between my nose and my mouth, and it's really annoying, and it makes me talk very nasal. So my apologies if I talk a little bit nasal tonight. I had the same yesterday and the day before. Huh. I don't know how to solve it actually, guys. Alrighty. So everyone is in the pits right now, as well, on the grid, of course, as they're all trying to get the perfect setup up for tonight. And you know what's important around Belgium? The setup. That is one of the most important things there is here. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna help Dave real quick. Alrighty. So, what I was saying, right? You need to have a lot of straight line speed here in Belgium. And the most important thing around Belgium, I would say, Oh, yeah, right. I totally forgot the formation lap was announced. So it's going to be 5 red lights here in Spa-Francorchamps. And away we go. We've got a Haas driver having a pretty decent start there, but Simpendal is around the outside already with 3 wide through turn 1. Shea Oliver takes P3 and Lionator defends his P4. Stiggy gets dropped back to P6 as it is going to be Rostocker already in P7 now through Eau Rouge. Egadion goes and Transk and Rostocker. And Intronsic trying to make that move through that difficult section here in Belgium. Let's have a quick look at the tires. Stiggy is running hard tires, so he's possibly going to get overtaken by a couple of guys. And Intronsic defending the inside line as Mali is going around the outside. What a beautiful move there from the McLaren driver on the Alpine driver as Intronsic just lost the position to Mali. What a great start from the McLaren driver. Now let's have a look here with Rostocker, who makes a move on Stiggy, and I do have to say Stiggy had a pretty decent start there despite his hard tires. The Red Bull driver all the way at the back of the grid is losing a couple of positions as he is 6 seconds behind right now. Possibly had a bad start during this Belgian Grand Prix. Jay Tyler making a beautiful move there on Lionator as they're still going side by side, and it seems like the Lionator is going to be the one taking P4 here, but the more battling, the more time they're going to be losing to the guys ahead. Already a 1.1 second gap to Che in P3, as they might need to work a little bit together in order to get back to those guys. As Jay Tyler is now trying to go around the outside, isn't really working through that corner now through bus stop. The Lionator is not going to defend the inside line. They're just going to work together to get back to the top 3 right now. Another yellow flag in Sector 3, and that is going to be Skansky and Mini G Bolt. I expected many things entering into the season from Mini G, but I feel like he didn't live up my expectations yet, as he doesn't have a lot of points in the championship battle yet. Now let's get back to Stiggy, as he's got that raging Englishman right behind him, being Intronsic in the Alpine car. You know, Intronsic currently in P5 or P6 in the Drivers' Championship. He definitely wants a lot of points on the Aston Martin driver. And I feel like Stiggy, he is just battling for... Oh, Lionator and Jay Tyler having another battle. Jay Tyler, who goes a lot onto the curb. Lionator, who had a bad exit coming through that corner and is now getting fought from behind, as that is going to be Rostocker right on his ass with only 1/10 of a difference. Takes a lot of curb on the inside. Now goes around the outside into turn 9. Will have a better exit, but it's not going to be enough for the Ferrari driver right now. Rostocker will have to wait to make a move into turn 12, as they're now going through Pogon into turn 12. They go, and it's not going to be a good overtaking opportunity here for Rostocker, as he wasn't close enough yet. And it doesn't look like any of these guys at the back of the grid are making any moves. Maybe Mini G on the Prince right now, going into turn 12. He makes a move down the inside, as he's now having the outside line into the inside line again into turn 14. And that is move done on these soft tires. He did have better exit, as Skansky all the way in P17 has crashed once again, is causing another yellow flag, as it seems like the game suggests a soft medium strategy. I don't say that would work, but you do only have 22 laps here in Belgium. Now let's have a quick look if the Prince is going to be making a move on Mini G. It doesn't look like it. He's going to try and make a switchback work. Is he going to be able to? With a good exit, he might, but it's not going to be quite working there. Now let's go back to the top 5, as it is going to be Rostocker again on the tail of Lionator, as he needs to get a little bit closer in order to make a move into turn 5. He's going to have the DRS though. Does Lionator have the DRS? Yes, he does. As there's a little bit of position changes here. Intronsic retakes P7 and Mali retakes P9. Scotty, who lost quite a few positions here during this race start, but he is on those hard tires, so he will have the benefit of the tires at the end of the race. He will be going from hards to mediums, or maybe from hards to soft, as Emelica just crashed out, and this is going to be the signs of a new safety car. The first safety car here in Belgium, as that is going to be the first safety car in lap 3 out of the 22. We're going to be stuck behind the safety car for about 2 laps, but is anyone going to come into the pits? That is a very good question here tonight, as I don't think anyone will come into the pits yet. Although maybe the medium tire runners, we might see a few coming into the pits to go onto the hard tires and finish the race on those hard tires. But of course, you do have a possibility of multiple safety cars, and then of course you will be better off going into the pits when that second safety car is happening, of course. Now, America is out of the race already, and as I said at the beginning of the qualifying, I expected many great things from the Aston Martin driver, but he couldn't live up my expectations as he's currently DNF'd in P17. Unfortunately, he will not be scoring a lot of points for the Aston Martin team, as Stiggy is all by himself here in P8 right now, as he needs to score a good amount of points in order to get that Aston Martin team to be in the top 3. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult as they're battling the Red Bull team, they're battling the AlphaTauri team, they're battling the Alpine team, as Antronsky is currently in P7. It seems like Stiggy is coming into the pits. He's going to change to the mediums. So that is a bold strategy from the Aston Martin driver. I wouldn't say that was the best strategy to go for, as he could have gone onto the long run. It would have been more ideal for the medium tires to come into the pits, but it doesn't look like we've got any of the medium tires in the top 5 to come into the pits. We've got Mini G and Just Dave both coming into the pits, as that is going to be both Alfa Romeo drivers. So they're both going to try and take these hards on the long run. But are they going to be able to? Are the tires going to last long enough for them to finish the race on those hard tires? I guess we will be seeing at the end of this race, of course. But they're now trying to get back to the group here behind the safety car. We've got Skansky coming into the pits too. He had a little bit of an unfortunate race here already. And I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to get back to the safety car on time. We've got possibly one more lap behind the safety car after this one. But he needs to get back to the safety car, because otherwise he's going to be trailing by so much. Going onto the hards goes the Haas driver. We're now all chilling and behind the safety car. The guy who's looking the best so far is going to be Che Oliver. You know, he's in P3 currently. I think he also qualified in P3. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. You've got Rostocker being one of the biggest winners. The Prince, who actually gained a lot of positions already. He started in P16. And I do remember that he had an incident with someone. I think it was Mini G. But when he had that incident, he was all the way at the back of the grid. Now currently already in P12. As that is going to be a pretty amazing result from the Prince already. But looking at the rest of the standings, Rostocker gaining 2 positions. So did Mali. And I do have to give Mali a good shout out, as he did have an amazing move on Intronsic earlier this race. It does look like Intronsic got that move back on the McLaren driver, as we've got my girlfriend Shuki in the chat. Welcome, Shuki. How are you doing, my dear love? We've got one more lap behind the safety car, as the guys are just going to be chilling right now, trying to get their tires to warm up. Trying to get do you want to be my, I think I have a aww Shuki, of course I want to be your boyfriend. Guys, this is a little bit of a joke between me and Shuki. I do think everyone knows already that I have a girlfriend, right? Everyone who is in the Discord server should know. If you haven't joined my Discord server yet, make sure to do so. We host weekly open lobbies and sometimes a little bit of an event next Friday, so not upcoming Friday, but the Friday after. We're going to be having King of Leagues again. So King of Leagues is actually a event I've got with 10 other leagues where they're going to be competing against each other to become King of Leagues. But then of course the reigning King of Leagues, Syndicate, are going to be trying to keep their title onto the 3rd event. Now PGR is also participating, and we've got some good drivers on the list for PGR. We've got Mr. Orion Lemons. We have got who else do we have? Who else do we have from this lineup? I don't think anyone, right? Maverick is with another team. I do know that. We've got Stiggy, we've got Jay Tyler. Those guys are all going to be competing against other drivers and maybe also against their teammate. Not really their teammate, but a driver they're competing against already, which is going to be Maverick, and maybe also against Lionator, because Lionator is going to be racing for Racing League Esports, and Maverick is going to be racing for Formula Regional Series, as they needed a driver and there wasn't any space left within the PGR team. So Maverick, he is going to be competing against PGR, and so is Lionator. Now, we're going to be starting this race again, as they're currently coming through turn 13 and 14, as the safety car is coming in again. So I'm going to have a quick sip of water. It's going to be green flags pretty soon, and then we can go. Shuki, can you Google something for me? When I talk, I've got like an annoying thing between my nose and my mouth when I talk, and it's like making me speak nasal. Doesn't really matter, guys. Green flags and go here, as we've got Orion Lemons leading the safety car, as he has already taken a lead of about 7/10 right now on Simpendal. Simpendal is getting chased from behind by Mr. Che Oliver, as that is not going to be an overtaking opportunity into turn 1. The guys will have to wait for the DRS within 3 laps. And that is going to be no overtaking opportunities down the Camel Straight, of course, only if the guys are going to be draining a lot of ERS. Oh, we've got Nicholas in the chat. There we go. Che Oliver right the outside. Here goes the Mercedes driver, and he's going to be draining ERS. Is it going to be enough? They're going side by side through turn 4. Che Oliver is pushing the Red Bull driver a little bit wide, and that is going to be moved on. Jay Tyler is looking to make a move on the Red Bull driver. He's not quite there yet, but he's going to make a plan pretty soon here. He's thinking of it, he's thinking of it here in Sector 2 to possibly plan an attack in Sector 3. Now, he's got to wait. He's 4/10 behind. Simpendal is also planning a move on Che Oliver again, and it's not going to be worth overtaking yet. Jay Tyler seems to be a little bit faster here in Sector 2, as he gained a little bit of time on the Red Bull driver. Are we going to be seeing any overtaking opportunities? Stiggy right now, who's already coming to the pits on the Mercedes driver, Maverick. And these guys are going to be battling against each other in a King of League. So this is possibly going to repeat himself, as Maverick is trying to keep the Aston Martin behind him. It's not going to be worth a shot, as Stiggy has already passed him here down these fast couple of corners in turn 16 and 17. Now into turn 18, as you can see, Stiggy definitely brakes a little bit later than the Mercedes driver. And now into the top 3 again. Simpendal is going to be struggling. He is struggling already, as he's 7/10 behind Che Oliver here. And Jay Tyler is definitely not giving up. Neither is Lionator, as he got back to the top 4. And so did Rostocker. And Intronsic, who's losing the toe a little bit here. I know that Intronsic hasn't been racing that long yet, and he might be able to get a good result here. And Battery Voltas, how are you doing, buddy? You just got back from vacation and you're already watching the stream. I really appreciate that. Rostocker now trying to get back to Lionator, as I feel like these guys have been battling quite often already. Skansky, who loses it again. There goes the Haas driver all the way in P16. So we might want to focus on Simpendal here. 2/10 behind Che Oliver. He got back to the Mercedes driver, and that is going to be an overtaking opportunity within the next lap, as you've got the DRS down the main straight. Orions hasn't been affected by any of these battles yet. As you know, Orion, I do have to say, Orion is just really consistent. As you can see there, Che Oliver touched a little bit of curb down the exit, as he got a little bit of a snap, got a 3-second time penalty, and now he's getting chased from behind. A Simpendal, is this going to be worth an overtake? It does look like it. Into bus stop. He goes around the outside with these medium tires. He's going onto the curb and he's going wide. And that's not going to be an overtaking opportunity for Simpendal. He's got to wait for the camel straight. And with this battling, Orion Lemons can definitely benefit from this and trying to get away and try to create a gap of 1 second before the camel straight is there, because otherwise Che Oliver is going to gain on the Haas driver. Now let's have a quick look as Simpendal is 4 tenths behind. Shea is going to have the DRS, so it's likely not going to be an overtaking opportunity, but I guess we will have to wait and see. DRS wide open for Simpendal. Good exit coming through Orush, as he's possibly going to be using a little bit of DRS into turn 5 they go, as it is not going to be an overtaking opportunity for Simpendal right there. Lineator is losing the toe of these guys as Jay Tyler just got a 3-second time penalty. So we've got a lot of penalties on the track already. Jay Oliver with a 3-second time penalty, who's usually Mr. Consistent, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case tonight. Jay Tyler also has a 3-second time penalty. So looking at the grid right now, he's going to be losing around 3 positions already. Now Simpendal, he cannot be stuck behind Jay Oliver for a long time, because there's 2 things that's going to affect his race. That is, well, of course, stay behind Shea Oliver. But what is that going to result? That is going to result in him possibly also getting a penalty due to dirty air. And also due to that dirty air, he might be wearing his tires a little bit down even more. So he needs to get in front of Shea Oliver as soon as possible. 110 on the Mercedes driver. Is this going to be an overtaking opportunity? Doesn't look like it, as he's not alongside the Mercedes driver. He knows he has to wait. He wants to keep it down the inside, but unfortunately did not make it work. He will have the DRS right now, and I feel like Orion Lemons is struggling on these mediums. He's really struggling on these mediums. Is losing a little bit of toe. A little bit of time to Che Oliver here, as that is most likely the issues of being on old mediums compared to being on old hards. Now Che Oliver right on the toe of Orion's, as it seems like Simpendal is even closer. With the use of DRS, he's most likely going to be able to make that move. Orion Lemons, who doesn't have any ERS left. He doesn't have any ERS left. How much does Che have? He's going down the inside, and that is going to be a possible overtaking opportunity, as Orion Lemons defends quite well there. Goes onto the curb quite aggressively. As that... Oh, there goes the Red Bull. Simpendal, as he needs to defend this championship battle. He's going to be behind Scotty, I think. Let's have a quick look here. Let's have a quick look. He's not going to be behind Scotty, but we are going to be having a great battle for the Drivers' Championship here. We've got P1 and P2 being in P9 and P10 right now. And there is going to be a virtual safety car, as the safety car doesn't seem to be coming out. So this is going to be great for the medium tire runners and both the hard tire runners, actually, as they both can come into the pits right now. I wonder who is going to, as that virtual safety car might be gone already when the guys are coming into the pits. Skansky is going to be the second DNF of the night. But let's get back to Rostocker. Let's get back to Rostocker. He has been looking at a pretty amazing result already during this Belgian Grand Prix, but I feel like he wants to get into that top 3. And there we go. DRS is enabled, so that means it's going to be green flags and go, go, go. We are racing again here around Belgium, as the Rostocker is going to be coming into the pits. He's going to be the first one out of the top 5 to come into the pits. And he's going to have free air, so that's great for the Ferrari driver. Everyone is behind him, well, is in front of him, and who's not coming into the pits, of course. He's not going to be changing his wing. That is a pretty decent pit stop there for the Ferrari driver. Maverick is still in the top 10, so pretty amazing results. Simpendal is also coming into the pits, possibly has a broken front wing. He does indeed have a broken front wing, and that is not great for Simpendal during his battle with Scotty. As I'm gonna have a quick look what the point system is looking like and how many points he's gonna get, of course, if he finishes P10 and Scotty finishes P9. Let's have a quick look here. Champions. Let's say we've got Spain. I can't seem to find it. That is pretty annoying. All right, so P1 gets 50 points. P2 gets 42 and P3 gets 37. I think P10 gets about 12 points. 10 points maybe? I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't really matter, guys. Doesn't really matter. All right, so let's go back to the front of the grid right now. As Che Oliver still struggling to get past Orion Lemons. As I'm just going to take a quick sip of water because it doesn't look like anyone is going to be making a move anytime soon. And the grid is spreading out a little bit. And that is usually the indication that a lot of guys have come into the pits or going to come into the pits. We've got Simpendal coming into the pits. We've got a Rostocker coming into the pits. And that is about it. But still, it is leaving gaps in the grid because you've got Entransic, who's now 1.6 seconds behind. You've got Just Dave, who is 5.7 seconds behind, and those are the guys that were right behind or in front of Rostocker and Simpendal. So yeah. The early pit stoppers usually have a big influence on the game and on the rates, because you can see right now these guys are trying to get a it's not an undercut, it's like an overcut. Wait, no, it's not. Undercut is oh yeah, it's an undercut. You can also make an overcut, right? For example, if the pit stop window is coming into the pits around lap 12, if you are on the hards, of course, the other hard tire runners might be coming into the pits around lap 14. And if they're faster and if they're better, they might be able to make it work, and that is going to be an overcut. An undercut is basically when the pit window is about 12 and you're coming into the pits a little bit earlier. So let's say about lap 10, you've got really fast tires, right? And you will be able to set a little bit of faster rounds than the guys who haven't come into the pits yet. And that is maybe usually the indication that you're going to be able to make an undercut work. So there's a really big difference between an undercut, the right strategy, and an overcut. Usually on some tracks the undercut is really powerful, and usually on some tracks the overcut is really powerful. So I guess it all has to depend on how your tires currently are, right? If your tires are really bad, an undercut might be more ideal than an overcut, because you will be way slower when doing an overcut on those old tires. So we've got a three-way battle right now between Orion Lemons, Che Oliver, and Lionator, as they're currently in P1 and P2 and P3. But all these guys have got DRS. Che Oliver has got DRS, so does Lionator. And will they be able to make a move down the main straight? It is not looking like it. Orion Lemons really has a lot of speed down the main straight. Simpendal has got the fastest lap for now with a 144.3, as he's going to be all the way in P14 right now. P13 actually, as he is making that move on Scotty. Scotty is right behind him though. He is right behind him, and I do have to say, Simpendal had that broken front wing. So he gained about 5 seconds on Scotty here. So great job by the Dutch driver, and I'm not too sure if Scotty is going to be able to keep the toe off the Dutch driver. Now let's go back to the top 3, as this is possibly the biggest, well, the best lineup you could have for a top 3. Simpendal, if Simpendal was there in the top 3, I would say it's the best. But I don't know who to like leave out. You know, if you had guys who actually, there's a lot of people in the chat. I think, let me have a quick look how many people are in the race right now. We only got 7. Wow, that is really surprising. Oh, Che Oliver coming into the pits. He is already coming into the pits on these hard tires. So Orion Lemons being on the medium tires, he's not coming into the pits yet. So he might be running for a medium soft strategy, and that would be a really bold strategy. So is Lionator maybe, as he just lost the toe of the Haas driver. So he needs to push a little bit more in order to get that DRS again from Orion Lemons. And Transic hasn't come into the pits either. Neither did Just Dave, and neither did David. So these guys are possibly going to have a good result in their bag. But I guess we will have to wait for later. Rostocker has gotten past Stiggy already. Stiggy was just coming into the pits. And let me have a quick look with the tires. fresh mediums for Che Oliver. We've got fresh mediums for Stiggy. We've got fresh softs for Tyler. So he's going to try and take those softs till the end of the race, as we've only seen one safety car and one virtual safety car here tonight. But is it going to be enough? 12-lap-old mediums for the Prince right now. So I'm just going to have a quick look on the Discord real quick. Trying to analyze what's happening. 1 second, guys. My apologies. My apologies. All right. Here we are back. So we've got Mr. Rostocker in P7 on 3-lap-old hards. I do have to say, oh, there's two guys coming into the pits. Are they going on to the softs or the mediums? Good question that is, as this might be a good strategy going on to the softs. Oh, does Lineator have and Trozak have a broken front wing? Doesn't look like it. I thought there was like a wing standing ready for the Alpine driver. Doesn't definitely look like it. Shea Oliver, he is getting back into the top 4 on these fresh mediums. So he has chosen the fresh mediums. And Lineator and Trozak both chose the soft tires. There goes David, as he's getting overtaken by Che Oliver. So Che is definitely looking at a race win here. The Mercedes driver, who I thought was not going to get into the top 3, is looking to get a race win here. Stiggy right behind David on these fresh mediums. So good strategy from Stiggy, I do have to say, that has come into the pits quite early during this race, going from hards to mediums, and now once again goes on to the mediums, as Rostocker is on the tail of the Alpine driver. Now we've got Jay Tyler around the outside. He goes into Pohou, as that is going to be a P5 for Rostocker, getting that move done on David, and so does Jay Tyler. They're now going 3 wide into turn 12. And who's going to come out on top? It is going to be Rostocker with Jay Tyler in P6. Beautiful move there from the Williams driver, as David has gone on 9-lap-old hards, so he doesn't have a lot to work with. Lineator making that move into turn 14, 15 they go, and there goes David. There goes David, loses it after a battle with Lineator, resets back to track. So that is not allowed, I'm afraid. David, ooh. Jay Tyler making that move on Rostocker, as that is going to be moved on for the Williams driver. Rostocker, I don't really get his strategy here. Went into the pits around lap 14. Choose to go onto the hards, but I feel like he could have gone 1 or 2 more laps on those mediums and go onto the soft tires, but doesn't definitely look like it. Shea Oliver loses another position to Stiggy. And is this going to be a race win for Stiggy? This looking like it. Just Dave on the hard tires. He has gone for a good strategy, as he came into the pits quite early. How many positions has he gained doing that? 8 positions. So he doesn't have to come into the pits anymore. And Shea Oliver is now chasing Stiggy to get a race win, because Orion Lemons has to come into the pits, but he's definitely not going to be able to defend this P1. When he comes into the pits, he's possibly going to be losing around 20 seconds, and that means he will be dropping back all the way to P6 or P7. So not a great strategy for Orion Lemons right there, as he just blew his race win. What tire will he be going on? Possibly the soft tires, but he won't be able to make that work, I'm afraid. As we've got Lineator making a move on Just Dave, as Jay Tyler gets another penalty. You also have to look at the penalties though. Che Oliver, who's currently in P3, has got a 3-second time penalty. So does Jay Tyler. So I feel like these guys are going to be losing another position due to that penalty. Che Oliver on the tail of Stiggy. He has to watch out for the Aston Martin driver right ahead, as you're entering bus stop, and you really need to watch out. He's going to make his switchback work. What a move there for Che Oliver. He's gonna have the DRS, and that has been one of the most beautiful moves I've seen here in Belgium already. Where is Lionator? Orion Lemon's gonna end. It seems like Just Dave is also coming into the pits. 12 football hard, and he's coming into the pits. I thought he was going to be able to last until the end of the race. Now Lionator on these fresh softs, right on the tail of Jay Tyler, as he's going around the outside. The Williams driver, DRS is wide open, and that is going to be moved on for Lionator before the corner is there. Now the lead goes to Stiggy right now with a pretty comfortable lead. I do have to give him that, as Jay Oliver has got a 3-second time penalty. So the only guy who's going to be able to get into the top, well, into P1 or into P2, well, he is in P2 already due to that penalty of Jay Oliver, is Lionator. So he's going to be the only one trying to get closer to Stiggy. And I would say Lionator is one of the most consistent ones with penalties. You know, I've never seen him having more than 3 seconds of penalties. Neither have I seen a lot of penalties for Jay Oliver either. But it does appear like he has 3 seconds tonight, maybe even 6. I want to have a quick look. Jay Tyler has 6 seconds. So he's going to be dropping back to P7 if I'm not mistaken, as Antronzik is all the way in P8 with 3 seconds behind P7. So he's definitely not going to be able to get there. Now let's have a quick look with Jay Oliver here. Yes, I do have to say, how long do these soft tires last? Because Lionator doesn't look like he's able to catch up with Shay and Stiggy in P1 and P2. And that's quite remarkable because Lionator is on faster tires. So are they dropping off already? He needs to be within the DRS. It doesn't look like Jay Oliver is using it down the start-finish straight here. Jay Tyler is definitely catching up. Of course, he's basically battling for nothing because he's got 6 seconds. So he needs to force a couple of guys wide in order to get into the top 3. Jay Oliver taking the lead here in Belgium, as it is going to be Stiggy in P2. Lionator not being able to catch up. He's got an annoying Williams right behind him, who he needs to defend against, because otherwise he's going to be losing a position, and he might not be able to get back to Stiggy and Jay Oliver. 1.2 seconds right now, as it seems like Lionator is definitely faster here in Sector 2, definitely gaining a lot of time on the top 2. As we might want to focus on someone else pretty soon, as it doesn't look like anyone in, well, from P15 all the way to P7. It's within 1 second of the guy ahead. So Rostocker is actually the only one within the top, well, from P6 to P15 within 1 second. Oh no, we've got Stocky catching up to Simpendal. So these medium tires still have life in them. Lionator right now in P3. As I do have to say, soft tires have given him a little bit of boost here in Sector 2 and Sector 3, as he is within 1 second. So he's going to have the DRS. He made a little bit of a gap to Jay Tyler. So Jay Tyler, he might not be able to get DRS here. Let's have a quick look. Lionator, is he going to be getting this race win? It would be great for the German driver after his P3 last week in Azerbaijan. And I just remembered we have another race after this one. Where Trouser Schneider possibly will be leading the race again. Here goes Lionator with the DRS wide open. And does Stiggy have DRS? It does look like it, but he's not going to be able to make that move. Jay Oliver, who has a lot of straight line speed, is able to keep the lead here. But for how long? Definitely not when he comes across the finish line. Only if Stiggy and Lionator are going to get a penalty. So I guess it's just a battle of the penalties here. Whoever gets the last penalty or not a penalty at all is going to be winning this race. If Stiggy and Lionator are not going to get a penalty, both of them, it is going to be Stiggy winning this race. So Lionator has to push, but is it going to be enough? I guess we will have to wait and see. Jay Tyler, well, actually Stiggy and Lionator being sandwiched between two guys with penalties. So, but what a strategy from Stiggy. He has a little bit of a snap there. Possibly the tires already who are overheating. Quite an interesting snap he had right there. Lionator now making that move on Stiggy. Stiggy is possibly going to be losing 2 positions in once. Yes, he is. He's letting through Lineator and Tyler, Jay Tyler, both of them. This Lineator is going to defend the inside line. Jay Tyler makes a move down the inside, goes wide. But Lineator is not the one being played with. It is Jay Tyler playing with himself right now as he's losing a little bit of time to Stiggy. Oh, what a smart move from Lineator. Oh, they're going 3 wide. Don't tell me they're going 3 wide through Eau Rouge and Radion. I know, I saw what Lineator was doing there. He was letting the Williams driver go through, but I feel like Jay Tyler knew what the German driver was doing, was going to let him go through again, and now Lineator is the one losing 2 positions to Stiggy and Jay Tyler. So Stiggy is going to go down the inside. He's the only one with more than 20% of VRS left, as the other 2 drivers' lights are blinking, as you can see here at the back of the car. You've got Lineator's. Just have a quick look here. He's got about 15%. Jay Tyler has got about 10%, and Stiggy still has about 30%. So he's doing a great job managing his ERS, and Jay Oliver is doing a great job at creating a 3-second gap. He is 3.1 seconds ahead already. And I feel like Jay Tyler is doing its work, creating a gap to Jay Oliver. As I mean, he's got nothing to lose anyway. He's battling with the guys where he's going to be losing a position to anyways. And he can better give that race win to the guy he's not battling with than to the guy he is battling with. As you can see, Orion Lemons caught back up to this top 4. As he might be racing for a top 3 position here too. There's only going to be 2 drivers out of this group of 4 who are going to be getting into the top 3. As of course you've got Jay Tyler dropping to P5 possibly. Maybe even to P6 as if Rostocker is going to be able to catch up. It all depends on what the pace of Rostocker is, of course. But we've got Lineator sitting tied in P4 as he's possibly going to be able to make a move pretty soon. Jay Tyler is the only one not having the DRS here out of this DRS train. He's going to defend the outside line. As Stiggy is making that move, Lineator is struggling to keep Orion behind him. As Stiggy is retaking P2. There we go. Lineator is having a battle with Orion Lemons. Here they go as Lineator defends the position quite well. Didn't have any contact with the Haas driver. Has a little bit of a snap there like we saw with Stiggy earlier. And it seems like it's a 2-way battle for P4 right now. Stiggy is going to be scoring a lot of positions for the Drivers' Championship. And he might be scoring that P1 again. And then we're going into the last race of the season with a championship battle between 3 drivers. We've got Scotty in P10 right now, Simpendal in P9, and Stiggy in P2, battling for that Drivers' Championship. As you can see on the left side of your screen, the Drivers' Championship is pretty close. Brashman is not going to be battling anymore as he doesn't seem to be in the lobby today. So that is going to be a lot of points lost for the Ferrari driver. We're now entering lap 21 out of the 22. There's still 2 more laps to go here in the Belgian Grand Prix, and then we will be switching over to the elite tier. This is the champion tier, guys. This is the fastest of the fastest tier here in Power Grid Racing, as you can see with the fastest laps. These guys are really fast. The 144.2 is the fastest lap set by David on those fresh soft tires. So that does indicate that the Alpine driver all the way in P14 does have a lot of pace in his car. But it is still going to be a 4-way battle for a P2. Jay Tyler, I wouldn't say he's going to be battling for the top 3, as he is going to be losing a couple of positions due to the penalties, but he is going to be retaking P2 here. The provisional P2 goes to the Williams driver. Lineator is not able to catch up to Stiggy, it seems like, as Orion Lemons is going to throw it down the inside again, and he makes that move work. Orion Lemons, is he going to be able to keep this P5? Doesn't look like it. P4, my apologies. As Lineator had a beautiful switchback there on the Haas driver, but he didn't make it work. Now, Lineator, I do have to give him the props. He's really fast, but he's just not been fast enough here in Belgium to get onto the podium. Stiggy Orion Lemons and Shea Oliver are going to be the possible ones going onto the podium. Maybe if Orion Lemons is able to catch up with Stiggy, he might still be able to get that P2. And Lineator might be able to get a P3, you never know. It is all depending down the Camel Straight and if Lineator is going to be having a lot of speed in those 7-lap-old softs. 7-lap-old softs on Belgium is really hard to work with. Definitely the softs, right? It is a very long track, so I would say 1 lap around Belgium is about 2 laps around Monaco. And I think that is the case, actually, because Monaco is about 3.6 kilometers. I think Austria is about 4.0, if I'm not mistaken. So let's say 1 Austria is about 1.8 laps around Belgium. So doing 8 times 1.8 is about 15 laps. And 15 laps on the softs is really, really difficult. Now let's have a quick look. They're all coming down Eau Rouge et Radion. The last time they're going through this corner. And who's going to take a P1? Orion Lemons is going to get through the needle. Well, with a needle through the pack, I don't know how you call it, as he's going to be having a battle with Stiggy here. Through turn 5, through turn 6. There goes Jay Tyler trying to defend this position from Lineator. Lineator gets pushed back onto the curb. As if we've got Orion Lemons pushing Stiggy a little bit wide there. That was a dangerous move from the Haas driver, as that could have put Stiggy into the wall. Doesn't happen quite yet. Stiggy, I think he's got the freshest tires of these drivers, although 6-lap-old softs are not that difficult to cope with. Oh, we've got damage. That's going to be Lineator. Oh, that's really, really bad. And we've got Rostocker catching up to these guys. Lineator with a front wing damage, but who's going to take P2? Is that going to be Stiggy? Is that going to be Lineator? Orion Lemons. It seems like that's going to be Stiggy. 4 more 10s between the two. 3 more 10s. Stiggy is draining his ERS, but it's not going to be enough entering a bus stop. Or is it? Stiggy now with a dive bomb around the outside of the Haas driver. He's going to wait. He's going to stick it around the outside. He's got the inside line right now. This will be a really, really close finish. There goes Stiggy. There goes Orion Lemons. And Orion Lemons retakes P2. And what a beautiful race from the top 3 right there. Shea Oliver has benefited from the battles in the top 5. Rostocker takes P5 and Jay Tyler gets pushed back all the way to P8. So Simpendal really had a good comeback race, but the race win goes to Shea Oliver. P2 goes to Orion Lemons and P3 goes to Stiggy. Lineator takes P4 and Rostocker takes P5. Mali seems to have DNF'd as he just left the session, but that of course is not gonna be an issue. Yeah, that was really, really bad, Mol. I'm not too sure what happened there with Jay Tyler and Lineator, but Lineator wasn't really going to be able to get back to Stiggy and Orion Lemons. I do have to say that. Like, he was not going to get that podium. Stiggy and Orion Lemons were just so fast. Lineator was a little bit too far back. As we're just waiting for Mini G to come across the line, then we can get the race results, and then we will be going over to the elite tier, of course. Yeah, I'm not too sure why Jay Tyler was battling either. I think he was hoping for penalties for the other drivers when they were battling him, because usually during battles people get pushed wide a little bit, and that's going to cause you to get a track warning. 3 track warnings gives you 3 seconds of penalty, so he only has to push someone wide 4 times maybe, and then they all get a penalty. So driver of the day goes to an Aston Martin driver. I think that was to Stiggy, who got a good amount of positions. He went from P6 to P3 to get that podium. Is he going to be getting that P1 in the Drivers' Championship going into Abu Dhabi? I'm not 100% sure, but Shea Oliver got the race win here. Orion in P2 and Stiggy in P3. We have Lineator in P4 and Rostocker in P5. Third, we've got Entrozic, Simpendal, Tyler, Scotty, Just Dave, Maverick. Maverick with a good result in P11. Great job, buddy. David in P12, The Prince in P13, Mini Bolt in P14, and then Mali is somewhere in the middle there. But he DNF'd. Well, DNF'd. He didn't really DNF, but he... Well, wait up. He got P9. So Maverick got pushed back to P12, Just Dave to P11, and I think Scotty to P10. I'm not 100% sure that you've got Skansky and America who both DNF'd, and that was going to be the end of your race. So we will be right back for that elite race, and we will see you in a bit. See you soon. Alrighty. Here we are, guys. And look at that. Oh, wait, it's a safety car. All right, fair enough. All right, so it's a safety car. I'm just going to have a quick look at what tires everyone is on, what position changes everyone is on. We've got Famous Wayne gaining 4 positions, so did Liam. We've got Puffs who gained 14. We've got Kyle who's gained 10. Trouser all the way in P9. He has lost 6, so he started in P3. That is a surprising result. Let's have a quick look who started in P1. Tunstrom. So Tunstrom, I think he's Swedish if I'm not mistaken. He is currently in P10, but he's battling Trouser Snazzer for that race win, possibly. I'm not too sure what the tires are looking like. So Tunstrom, Trouser, Zane, Call Me Our Kid have all gone for fresh tires. So did Famous Wayne and Tuck. So they're going to be actually battling for this race win. Not too sure if the guys in the middle of the pack have had any incidents, as I just entered when the safety car was there. But I feel like it's a little bit of a, not a curse, but something that happens all the time. When I join the elite race, it's always in the middle of a safety car. So, I mean, it's a great thing, because then I'm able to analyze whatever happened on the track. But let's have a quick look here. We've got that race start again as they're now coming through. Corner, whatever corner that is again. It is turn 15, but I'm trying to remember what the corner name is. Curve Paul Frère. So that is going to be the corner. With our race leader being a Famas Wayne, something I haven't seen happen that often yet, as the Haas driver is hopefully going to be scoring a lot of points for his team today. They're currently battling with a couple of guys, with a couple of constructors in the middle of the pack. And there goes Famas Wayne on these fresh softs. Is Tuck going to be able to benefit from these soft tires? I wonder. Zane definitely is, as he's already going alongside Kyle Nichols around the outside, but it is not going to be an overtaking opportunity. Maybe with the switchback. There goes the Williams driver, and that is a beautiful move from Zane. Retaking P6 from the Ferrari driver. GG's and Transit, good game. Good race, buddy. Good race. Oh, Kyle is going to come back. Kyle is going to come back with a possible good straight line speed. He goes. And the Ferrari driver retakes P6, although Zane using a little bit of ERS. He doesn't want to lose that position. A little bit of touch-a-rooney. Zane goes into the wall. Broken front wing for the Williams driver. And is this going to be another safety car? Oh, really bad race for the Williams driver. Oh, he's going to cause a safety car. He is stuck. Reset the track, Zane. Reset the track. You're stuck. Zane, reset the track. Oh, he's not listening. He's going to get DNF'd. Yeah, that's what I mean. He was stuck. He couldn't do anything. There goes the Williams driver. From a possible race win to a DNF. Well, DSQ. Rob Williams has DNF'd, the Grim Sleeper has DNF'd, and that is not great for the Grim Sleeper, as he is battling with the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship, as we might want to be, we might want to discuss the Drivers' Championship real quick. Let's go to the Elite Championship battle, as Trouser Schnauzer is currently in P1 with more than 100 points ahead. So, his main rival in the Drivers' Championship is Milan. He's not going to be there tonight. Liam is in P2, so he's definitely going to gain that position from the Belgian in P2. Now we've got Chaz Knight Rider being in P4 in the Drivers' Championship. He's currently all the way at the back of the grid, so he's not going to be scoring a lot of points. Neither is the Grim Sleeper. And where is Mr. the Riddler? All the way P13, and not a lot of points either. Where is Hilly? He is in P5 right now, so he's possibly going to be able to overtake the Riddler. I think the Grim Sleeper and Chaz Knight Rider are a little bit too far ahead. Is Carkinzo in the lobby? Doesn't look like it. So that's not going to be a race points for the Lithuanian driver. Where's Tuck? Tuck is in P3, so he is possibly going to be able to overtake Carkinzo and Hilly. And then we've got Tunstorm in P10. He's got 156 points as the Swedish driver has been pretty consistent already. I want to see how many points per race he's got. He's got 22 points per race, lost about 8 positions already, as he's got 1 race win, 2 poles, 2 podiums, 1 driver of the day, and has completed 7 races, 2 retirements already, and he's got 25 seconds of penalties in total. 9 penalty points already, so that must mean he's not one of the cleanest, I'm afraid. But that doesn't really matter. We're currently entering lap 19 when the safety car comes into the pits. I hope the safety car comes into the pits. I'm not 100% sure. But Bob, buddy. Bob, you really have to do something with your practices. You're so far behind. You're always crashing. And like, all respect to you, buddy. All respect to you. He's got children. He's got a, well, I'm not going to say beautiful wife because that is crazy, but like, he's got a wife he loves. By the way, coming back to that beautiful wife thing, I've never seen his wife yet, so I'm not able to tell you if she's beautiful or not. But, you know, like, beautiful could also be a good wife. I actually don't know if it's a good wife either. It probably is. All love to you, Bob. No, but Maverick, I know, but you are a dirty little sweat. And you're a kitchen artist, so... Oh, I forgot to tell you. Well, to say it on stream. Well, welcome kitchen artist in the chat. But Bob, he is just so busy. He's got his own company, he's got children, he's got a wife, and he's got the biggest mistake of his life of buying a Ferrari, which he sold back again. But yeah, I mean, you know, people, they're not able to practice as much. You've got 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. They don't have a fucking life. Coming back from school, they just hop behind the PlayStation. They play for about 3 or 4 hours, and then they've got the practice of the day. You know, going into for example, this race, right, Belgium. You've got all the good guys, all the sweats, all the little guys. They've got the what's it called? The weekend, right? Don't you fucking tell me the 14-year-olds are gonna be sitting outside talking with their parents about how the crisis is going on or whatever. You know, they're just gonna sit inside playing the game and practice for about 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday afternoon to get a race win on Tuesday. And Famas Wayne is one of those children. Oh, Wayne. He's currently in P1. I am surprised of that, though. I am surprised of that. I know he's in P2. Liam, I have no idea how old that dude is, but great job from you. And then we've got Tuck. He has been practicing a lot with Mr. Maverick in the chat. Who is actually better out of you two, Maverick? Is it Tuck or is it you? And don't tell me, yeah, I'm better because I'm in Champions. You haven't been able to score any good points in Champions yet, so I don't count that valid. Ah, he's not in the chat anymore. All right, Mav, no worries. No worries, buddy. Well, he's not able to chat back, so I don't think he's there yet. Well, anymore. I'm here. Oh, yeah, Mav, I asked you a question. Who do you think is better between you and Tuck? Do you think it's you? Do you think it's Tuck? I feel like Tuck has a little bit more pace than you, for some reason. Don't be the cocky guy and tell me, oh, yeah, I'm way better than that dickhead. No, I know Tuck has a lot of pace. But, yeah, you also have a lot of pace because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get into Champions, of course. But the safety car is coming in right now. We've got 3 more laps to go. Depends on the track. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Yeah, that's the only correct answer, to be honest. You know, I've got a buddy called Larcy. He is also pretty fast. Well, I would say equal pace to me. But it also depends on the track, of course. Welcome, Sazen. How are you doing, buddy? And it's going to be green flags and go, go, go. The safety car is coming to the pits. And who is going to be leading this race? Not many penalties we see, although Tuck in P3 does have a penalty. Liam right on the tail of the Haas driver. He's not going to be able to make that move. And that is not going to be an overtaking opportunity. Trouser already takes P6 from the Ferrari driver, but we've seen it already. Kyle has got a lot of straight line speed. Zane, who got caught off guard, takes to that. And let's have a quick look here if Kyle is going to be able to retake that position from Trouser Snizer. I do know that Trouser Snizer has a lot of pace too, as we've just seen Liam retake P1 here from Famas Wayne. So this is going to be a great battle between Liam, Famas Wayne, and Tuck. Elias. Oh, Chaz Knight Rider crashed. Chaz Knight Rider crashed. Trouser Snizer is right behind his teammate, and I do imagine Hilly letting his teammate go through. I do imagine that, although Hilly wants a lot of points for that Drivers' Championship, of course. Did you just get off a race, Sazen? Please let me know. And what race was it, actually? What track did you race on? If you raced, of course. Elias, you are not slow, buddy. You're way faster than me. You're way faster than me. You will be able to get into esports later, hopefully. But not quite there yet. You need to do a little bit of league racing before you actually can start getting into esports, because you haven't been league racing yet, and I feel like you should. because you definitely have the pace, you know. Tuck on the tail of Famas Wayne. There goes the Aston Martin driver. It wasn't quite there yet. Well, he wasn't quite there yet. So he wasn't able to make that move. You need to be alongside the driver ahead of you to be able to make that move. Kyle has DNF'd. Kyle has DNF'd, as it is going to be Bob and Chaz Knight Rider having a battle with each other. Quite interesting. We're now entering lap 21 out of the 22. We've got 2 more laps to go. Hassan Toya makes that move on Radigan as they're going 3 wide. 3 wide they go. The Red Bull, the AlphaTauri, and the McLaren driver. Radigan, who's now the smarter one out of the 2. Hassan is going to take the lead. There goes the Red Bull. Into the wall! And the Riddler DNFs, as that is going to be another DNF here and another yellow flag. Radigan has crashed too. And what a hectic last lap battle, guys. What a hectic last lap battle. We've got Liam still in the lead, but the Riddler, Radigan, Chaz Knight Rider, Kyle all crashing out. And is this a commentator's curse? I'm not 100% sure. I didn't tell anyone that... Well, I didn't say anyone was going to win the race. I did say that Famas Wayne was possibly going to win this race, as it isn't looking like that either, as Liam is currently taking the lead. But is he going to be able to make that work? I'm not 100% sure. You've got Wayne being on those fresh, soft tires. Well, fresh is a good question. Fresh is an understatement. They're 7-lap old, and I don't think... Oh, Hilly around the outside of Paths, as he is on 9-lap old mediums. Trouser Snizer, who has way fresher soft tires. And let's have a quick look and see if he's going to be able to make that move work. A 110 between the Alfa Romeo driver and the Alpine driver into bus stop. He might be able to make that move work. There goes Trouser Schnauzer with the deep lunge. Daniel Ricciardo into bus stop. Oh, he brakes really early. And there went Dunstorm almost into the back of the Alfa Romeo driver, but it wasn't quite there yet. DRS enabled for the last lap. And that is going to be great battles between the top 3, as we've got Tuck in P3, Famas Wayne in P2, and Liam in P1, who has saved enough ERS to defend from the guy behind. It is Famas Wayne, it is also Liam, and it is also Tuck. These guys all have enough ERS spare to defend from the guys behind, but is it going to be enough? Famas Wayne with the DRS, down the inside, down the camel straight they go, and that is going to be moved on. Although, is it? Liam is still around the outside as he's defending this P1 position with his life on these medium tires. Famas Wayne has the inside line into turn 7, and that is going to be moved on by Famas Wayne. Tuck, who now goes down the inside, shouldn't be battling with all these guys because he has got that penalty. Now pushes Liam a little bit wide, and that is going to be bye-bye race win for the Williams driver. Paths retook P4, and it is going to be Hilly in P5 right now. Tunstorm in P6, and Trouser Schnauzer with might be the most controversial race result yet from the Alfa Romeo driver, as he's currently in P7. So not a great result for the Alfa Romeo driver, possibly has a broken front wing, as he's going really slow here. He's getting pushed from behind. Now let's have a quick look here. Tuck takes another 3-second time penalty, so he's going to be dropping back all the way to P6 or P7. The Riddler has left the session, as it is Hilly around the outside of Paths. Is he still going to be able to take that podium? It is all going to be depending on who's going to outbrake who. Down the camel straight. No, not the camel straight. It is down a bus stop. They go as Turnstorm down the inside of Paths. Turnstorm, a little bit of contact there between the two, as it is going to be Paths taking P4, Hilly in P3, and Liam in P2. Tuck gets pushed back all the way to P8 due to that 6-second time penalty. And what a race this was. Radigan, who had an incident with the Riddler and Chaz Knight Rider, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it someone else? Was it someone else? I think it... Wait, it was... Oh no, it was Hassan, who got back into P7. So great result from everyone who has made it across the line, as the only one still coming across the line is Bob with that penalty. Another 12th position for the Abu Dhabian driver. And P7 for Hassan Toya here in Belgium. What a great result from all these guys who have made it across the line. Paths as your driver of the day, as the guy really has done a great job. I do have to give him that. Let's have a quick look at the results of tonight, as there comes your Haas driver, Famas Wayne, with possibly his first race win here in the Elite tier. as he's going to be definitely strengthening his position here in the Drivers' Championship. Famous Wayne in P1. We've got Liam in P2 and Hilly in P3. Further, we've got Pavs, Tunstorm, Trouser Schnauzer, Hassan Toya, Tuk, Call Me Our Kid, and the Eagle. Radigan and Bab have made it across the line, and all the other guys didn't. We've got Bab with the fastest lap, though, 144.2. That is maybe even faster than the champion tier. I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't really matter. We've got the Riddler, Chas Nylander, Kyle, Zane, the Grim Sleeper, and Rob Williams, all DNF'd from this race. And that is going to be your race results here in Elite tier, as we're going to be finishing off the stream here. What a great races these couple of races were, as I'm going to be thanking you for watching, of course, like I always do. This was Phoebe Thomas as your commentator, and I hope I will see you guys next week, which is actually going to be my last race for the season. As of course, the season is over, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be back after this season, because I'm moving to Dublin. Oh no, I'm going to have one more stream. I'm going to have one more stream before I'm moving to Dublin. And then, of course, Dublin, it's all going to be a good question. Am I going to be able to stream there? Am I going to have good enough quality of Wi-Fi? I guess we will have to wait and see, but of course, I will not leave you guys behind. I might be able to race. I might be able to do whatever. I'm going to be bringing my racing wheel with me, so I might be able to practice a little bit, or race with you guys on Tuesday evening, or I'm going to be exploring the city on Tuesday evenings. I guess we will have to wait and see. Great races we've seen tonight, but this is going to be my evening, my evening commentating over. So I thank you guys for watching. This was Phoebe Thomas as your commentator, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.